So this is my 7th practice. A couple things I'm noticing, just some notes to myself that I've noticed. One is that we have trouble getting open. Just the idea of getting open. And then we like to throw the ball in traffic. Meaning when they pick up a ball, they want to just immediately turn around and chuck it through a defender. So we're going to work on that a little bit. Their skills are coming along great. They're really working hard, so I've been really pleased. But those are just some of the ideas that I want to make sure that we start working on to sort of improve their understanding. So practice always starts with that warm-up, that dynamic warm-up. And then we've been doing a lot of pairs passing. And I'll do that right at the beginning. And I do it where they're sort of walking with their pairs down the field this way. And they're throwing back and forth, sticks to the outside. And they're throwing it back and forth to each other. Obviously, they don't catch many of these, but it gets them to the idea of where they're not standing still, moving down the field together, throwing the ball. And these are not, they're not running. They're literally walking down and just, so I have them do a loop. I have them go from one sideline to the other sideline and then just loop back, and then they switch who's lefty and who's righty. So that's pairs passing. I do that for about 5-10 minutes, and then we go into our stations. And I've been trying to split up the stations into some dodging, some sort of defense, shooting, and stick skills. But last couple I've been doing 2 dodgings because they just don't know the dodgings. And I think that's going to be roll. 2 dodging groups, and I use cones to show the footwork. So I would look up online if you're not sure about how to do that. There's a lot of videos on that. Faking, a lot of basketball cone work. I take a lot of, cone work from basketball. They do a good job of showing you where to place your feet with different moves. The split's just like a crossover. And then the roll, they actually have a roll in basketball, spin, right? So I take those footwork drills and put them in there. Easy to find. And then this one I'm going to work with the GB drill. I'm going to add a guy. So what we've been doing is I'll put 2 cones out here, and I'll roll the ball out as a coach. They pick it up. They have to run around the 2 cones and throw it back to me. I'm going to add a defender, right? So now they're going to run, and the defender's going to chase them. So I'm actually going to talk to them about maybe faking their guy out and then coming back and rolling and then throwing me the ball, right? So we're going to do that one. And then we're going to do our cone passing. And this is the one trying to get them to understand how to move. So this is sort of in here. If it's 2 guys, I'll put down 3 cones. So we'll throw it right-handed, right? So throw, and then this guy's got to go to the next cone, and then throw, and then this guy's go. And they just keep rotating it around. If there's 3 guys, you put 4 cones, and you just split it up accordingly. And that seemed to work. We've done it for 1 practice. We're going to do it again. So if you have 4 cones, or 3 people, you have 4 cones, and then 3 bodies. And you throw it to the right, and then run to the next cone. So they're always running opposite the ball. Teaches them that they don't stand still. We've done that for a couple, so we'll do that again. And then another thing we've been doing right after this is I started doing face-off work. I want everyone to know how to face off because the way I see sort of subbing the players in, because there's going to be 7, it's 7 on 7. So I plan on just subbing 2 guys in on defense and then just substituting them up the field and then take the 2 attackmen off. So I want everyone a chance to face off, but I want them to be good at it. So a couple of key things I've thought about the face-offs for little guys, right? I always do motorcycle grip with them, moto grip. And there's a lot of videos on face-off, so just take a look at them. 2 is pounding the ball into the ground. They seem to understand that. Ball into ground. 3 is left hand forward. Shoot the left hand forward. Left hand forward. Get to your feet. And then ball out. So we start with just showing them how to stance. Oh, and then 45-degree angle, trying to get their bodies at a 45-degree angle with a knee down. I always teach knee down for the little guys. And then pound the ball into the ground, left hand forward, get to your feet and ball out. And try and keep it simple. That actually sounds more complicated than I wanted it to. But we've done it a couple times. We do about 10 minutes. We always do a face-off challenge. So end with a face-off challenge. We haven't done wing play yet. I'm sure we will before our first game. But right now we just do the face-offs. Next thing we'll do is a 3v3 scrimmage. I want small cages, and I think I'm going to get them soon. But I bring the cages up, and then I'll do XXX, O, and I'll have all the balls, and I just roll them out. And then it's a free-for-all 3v3, right? Everything I essentially have done this year has been with a ground ball, so it's worked out well. So that's my 50 to 60, and then 60 to 7. I'm going to try this drill. It's going to be my 4v4, and the way I'm going to do 4v4, it's going to be like old-time sort of women's basketball, I believe. 70 to 90 will be a scrimmage for us. I haven't really done a scrimmage yet, so it'd probably be good if I started doing a little bit of that. I don't like to fully scrimmage. I just don't think the kids get enough out of it. Enough kids get enough out of it. And there's 20 kids out there. So this practice is for an hour and a half. I think there was 20 kids, 20 players. I had 2 goalies, which was good. During all this time, so during this time here, I had the 2 goalies working with the coach on positioning, and goalie stuff, top hand of the ball, that type of thing. So for 40 minutes they were with the goalies, and I was surprised that a lot of kids want to be goalie. So I made a rule of I'm only changing goalies once every 3 practices, or 3 times we meet, which is 2 practices in a game. And then if there's someone else that wants to switch in, I'll switch them out. So that's sort of my goalie rule right now, because I want them actually to get good at it, not switch every practice. So that was my practice number 7. Went pretty well. Had a lot of fun, still working on some things. But let me know what you think, ideas, thoughts, and I appreciate it. Everyone, good luck. It sort of looks, if I were to bring, so we only use half a field, so I would bring the cages here, and then I would have O, X, 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 and I would have all the balls, and they would go at it, right? So that's my 3v3, full field essentially for the little guys. I might even bring the cages in a little bit more, which would look like this. Again, you would have the 2 cages, and I'll put a bunch of cones straight down the middle. And then I would have one team and then the other team. And the key is you can't go over the line on this one. So I'll roll the ball out. They'll play 2v2. If X gets it here, he's got to get it to the X offenseman over here. So, X would be on defense here with their goalie, and O would be a defense over here with their goalie. So the key is you can't go past the midline, right? So you're playing 4v4, essentially 2v2, but can't go past the midline. So you got to get open. You got to run with the ball. Again, all those things that I've been talking about that we're just struggling with. So that's the other one. I'll go ahead and scrimmage, and then after that,